guys, welcome. Today we have a special guest. Alright, ladies, will you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hello everyone, it's me Giselle.
Hi guys, it's nice to be here. My name is Gladys.
Yes, and I have a random question here that I'm going to ask you both. So, how are you today? How are you first? How are you? I haven't asked you. How are you both doing?
I'm doing great. It's been a good day so far. Yes.
Me too. I actually feel excited seeing both of you again.
Yes.
Thank you.
So first question, Philippines is like a religious country. So my first question is, would you date a guy that is an atheist, doesn't believe in any God?
I used to be such a strong believer, a Christian, but I think I would consider myself now an atheist as well. Or I believe in a divine. I believe that there is supernatural, super being right there, but I just don't label it as God. But I respect people regardless of what their belief is. If they're religious, I respect it. If they're atheists, I respect it. And so, to answer your question shortly, yes, I would consider dating one.
That's a hard question, Leia, because I'm Christian as well. I'm a Catholic. And I guess I would date him if he believes in, I don't know, but I would not. I think I would not date a atheist. I would want that someone is the same with me. Like we have the same, not different directions. We have the same goal and the same. So we may have different, but I think I cannot date atheist kind of people.
I'll just add a little bit because when I was in the dating scene, I met people who are atheists, and I used to have judgment of them because how could they not believe in God? Because again, I'm such a strong believer back in the days. But when I get to know them, they're actually a kind person. They respect people, and for me, I realized like, you know what? If they don't believe in God, but they actually show up as a kind, good human being, they don't harm other people, then why would I not?
In general, do you think Filipina care about, dating an atheist?
I would say it can be very challenging because as you said, here in the Philippines, it's very Christian.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get away from that. Yeah. So it would be a challenge.
Yeah, I just agree in you. It's a very big challenge. Even when you asked me, I was surprised.
It's just come to my head,
Yeah, it's actually a good point. It's actually a good question.
Controversial question.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. I never heard that before. Asking Filipina if they would consider dating a guy that doesn't believe in God. Do Filipinas care about guys' race? Do you have a specific race when you date a guy? Like, let's start it with
Gladys.
Gladys.
Yes.
Very good question, Leia. I used to have a preference when it comes to the race that I would date. And most likely it's a country who speak English. So if the country doesn't speak English, I would mostly avoid it. But then I actually met a guy who's from Turkey, and he challenged that belief. He challenged like, why would you like date only a certain race? Like, you can, even though in that certain race, like let's say USA, there are still people that you may not like. Why would why don't you just try other races as well? So that question actually made me think. And so I thought, like, when I met people, I disregard the race thing. I just base it on the conversation, if we get along when it comes to conversation. But I guess the most common reason why we prefer people who we can communicate with, which is mostly people who speak English, is because it's just hard to learn new language.
Exactly. We want to be challenged. We want to learn.
Exactly.
So that's I think
that's my thought on that.
What about you, Giselle?
I think it would be more easier if it's like an Englishman, because I fell in an Englishman.
Oh.
Yeah. If I had given a chance to meet people, I would want that we can understand each other. You know, I don't want to adjust too much because I'm adjusting to languages already. I mean, you know, before we speak English, we have Visayan and Tagalog. So English would be, I think, my last language. So I think English man would work for me. Yeah.
English. Anything but can speak English.
Yeah, can speak English. Yes.
Okay. So, can you give some traits of a high value man? Yeah. Let's start it with Gladys.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually talk about or created a topic on my channel about a high value man, and these are my preferences or what I consider. First thing is someone who is mature, doesn't act as a child. There's a lot of people, again, maturity doesn't necessarily come with age, but someone who, you know, they don't need to, like someone who's able to know what they want in life, someone with a purpose in life. I like that. And someone who has the same value as I do, and the non-negotiable values that I really look for a man is someone who wants to contribute, wants to continue learning as a person, and is open, not rigid in his belief, because we change, like we evolve as human being, and I want someone who is adaptable to those kind of change. So that's for me a high value man.
I think for me, a high value man that I would date is, yeah, you said it right, matured and professional on different things. You know, if there's something happened to you in public, he knows how to deal with it. Not like other people are like fighting in front of a lot of people. I don't like scandalous kind of thing. So I want like a professional kind of person, not the way like their job like that, but professional the way they handle every problems, or you know, it's in terms of public settings. So and of course one thing that I really fell in love with the man that I'm with right now is being so humble, or like, you know, down to earth no matter what his life is. But he chose to be humble. He chose to be like, he can live very simple like I do. You know, I was totally shocked that time he slept in our, because our house before is so small, as in no rooms. It just, I mean, one room only, but everything is there, the kitchen and everything. And but at that time that he visited here for the first time, we slept on the floor. And he has a good job, but he slept on the floor. He eat whatever we have in the table. He's not picky on different food. And that really made me feel like, wow, this man is like knows how to vibe the people who is around with him. He's not picky. He's just too humble. So I like to be with that kind of person. No matter what your stage in life is, you may be rich, you may be poor, but you know how to be kind to the people you're around with. So
that was you consider a high value.
Yes.
With the simplicity.
Yeah, the simplicity.
Yeah.
Yes, I consider it as high value kind of person. Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's a good point. So next question: what benefit does a man get from, you know, being married?
In the Philippines?
Yeah, to Filipina, or for more women, you know, just being married. What they do get, like a benefit?
Is there a benefit?
Yeah, exactly. Like us, like from women, we get a lot of benefit from being married. Like, for example, we have a provider, we have someone that we can talk to, we have a protector or something. Yeah, we get benefit. But what about a man? Do men get benefit from being married?
It's actually a tricky.
It's hard, right?
It's a tricky question.
Yeah. It is actually a controversial because you know, a lot of women back in the States, they think they don't need a man. Like, you know, so in a relationship, what do really men, you know, benefit from being in a relationship? Like, you know, us, we get so many benefit, right? We really need a man in our life. So what about them? Like,
okay,
I
know.
Maybe it's really depends on the woman who you're being married to. If you get to meet someone, let's say Leia, Gary is very lucky because Leia is like the housemaker that you would dream of, taking care of the husband, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, and at the same time also wanting to contribute, creating your own YouTube channel like this. I think that's very beautiful. So if you find like a wife like Leia, then that alone is already a big benefit of being married.
Yeah, I think when you marry a Filipina, there's actually a lot of benefits on that. And because Filipinas are really known how to take care, like our partners. So you can, for sure, if my man married me one day, I can assure that I'm gonna take care of him no matter what when he gets old. And that's what he can get to me, or like a benefit from me, is because I used to, my family treat us or taught us how to take care of our loved ones or even their child. Since I was, I already taught how to be a good partner. So I think cook something for them, provide what they need, a hug, a kiss. They would be happy with small things or small signature love. They're appreciative kind of person. So I think the most powerful, I guess, that a Filipina can offer is to be with them for the rest of their life, no matter what happens, to be bad or good. Because of course we're just temporary, so we're gonna just, there were times that we get sick, so there were times that it's too bad. So the good thing I think from a Filipina is we're gonna take care of our men like they deserve. So yeah.
All right, so since that you both are in relationship with a foreigner, do you expect your foreigner to support your family? Let's start it with Giselle.
Actually, Leia, the first time I start talking with him, we never ever mentioned about money. I did not mention about money. That's why maybe he find a green flags on that. So he offered it actually, but it's not really like for my family, but for my entire family, because it's not his obligation. But for me and for my son to be able to have good clothes, good food, and that's me. That I'm gonna share to my family. It's just me. It's not really him that But he may expect that I'm gonna share to everyone, because Filipinas love to share. For family, food, whatever we have, we always want to share. So he is the one who said that I'm gonna support you like that. So I said, well, thank you so much. And even when I do have YouTube, he still support me, because he said, I love you, and I just love you. So I said, yeah.
So he support you out of love, not because you expect it.
Yeah. So. I'm not expecting, because I don't know his life there. He may be struggling too, or he may be in a bad position. So before, when I was a single mother, before, so I work also in a lot of like extra. And I don't rely on him, but when he said like I'm gonna support you like that, and it really helps a lot actually. So yeah, I don't rely or I don't expect, but some people like foreigners are really like into that. Like if they like the Filipina, they're gonna support. If they find that Filipina deserve that support or deserve that money from them. Yeah.
What about you, Gladys?
I think for me, generally, I think all women, we are looking for a guy who's a good provider. That's two things that I would say what women look for in a guy is a good provider, a guy who can offer them safety and security. And safety before, safety about with big animals, but now in the modern days it's more of safety when it comes to us being able to express our feelings, and security when it comes to not judging us for having emotion, like holding that space. And with my partner Eli, I didn't expect him to provide for me, because before I met him, I was already happy. Like I have my own house, I have a good paying job. And as soon as he asked me to stop working, I panicked, because oh my God, I couldn't imagine not having a work, because my previous relationship before with a Filipino guy, like I was the one working. I was a breadwinner. So to be able to let go of that role of being a breadwinner and now allowing him to provide for me, it was a big shift. It was a big challenge for us because I couldn't. It just doesn't sit right for me. It took me maybe 5 months before I finally decided to bring my kids and live in the same house because I just want to make sure that it works between the two of us first.
Of course, very important.
And but now when I stopped working, I was also very curious about his work, and I thought I will be a housewife, but he's not looking for a housewife. He's looking for a partner. So he asked me, instead of you reading a book, instead of you washing dishes, I would appreciate it if you read a book instead. Invest in yourself, learn more, which is something that I really appreciate about him. And now we're actually working on a business together. We build this company called Emerge PH, where we help people here in the Philippines really unleash their human potential. We're more into self-development space, and I just love that. I love that we're working on the same goal together. So providing his money is my money. It's just something that flows through both of us.
But
that's how
what
I see
about
it.
like for your family, like your siblings?
No, I don't expect him to provide for them. He provide me, and for my kids, I accept that now. It was a challenge before, but now I gladly accept it because I also earn my own money, and if he choose to spend it for himself or for his kids, because he has 2 kids, like it doesn't matter for me. So yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the family that we built, that should be our priority. But if our family, like our siblings struggling, like they have no food, of course we are okay, but it's not like they expect us to give them like monthly. Because I ask you this because there are some foreigners think that when they marry a Filipina, they marry the whole family. so I'm really curious if you both, since you are in a relationship with the foreigner, do you you expect him to support your entire family? It's not that, right? That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. But yes, a lot. Back in the days when I have an aunt who marries a foreigner, it's like, oh my God, we're all gonna be
exciting.
But no, that's not it. And I think it's not fair to expect a foreigner to invest, like provide for the entire family. Direct family, and if you have a kid, sure. But to expect for no.
Yeah.
So next question, how do you know when you finally found the right guy? I mean, how can you tell if he is the one? Like, let's start it with Gladys because I know, look, she looks so happy and she's so in love. How can you tell?
Actually, when Eli and I met, I was in that point of my life where I'm not looking for the one anymore, but I am looking to connect with as many people as I could so I can learn from them. And when we are together, I am proud of him, I respect him. And I was even worried because I don't get this bubbly, obsessed, clingy feeling where I usually notice when people are in love. So I was like, oh my God, I'm not in love with him, so why am I here in this relationship? And it's a shower thought that comes to my mind like, oh, I'm not in love. I love him. It's like this unconditional love of you want the best for him and you are not attached with him. You don't need him in your life, but you want him. And because you want him, you're willing to work on improving yourself just to make the relationship work. Like you can't imagine, like let's say if you have disagreement or challenges, you don't see it as a reason to quit the relationship or to get out of the relationship. You see it as a challenge that both of you can overcome together. I think that for me is really a sign that, wow, we're in this together.
Mature love. Maybe that's what it's called. Mature love. Because when we are like, I keep thinking like when I was young, I'm still before, like a puppy love, they call. Like when in love, it's more clingy. And I think that was just like immature love. But now that we actually learning about the concept of relationship, we realize that it's not all about that. It's like, the companionship. It needs to be like someone that we can get along. It's more like friendship. Like,
Exactly. But there's three things that I would actually point out for you to make sure, for you to actually see if this is the one, if you want to call it that way. There needs to be a chemistry. Of course, you want to be sexually attracted with each other, because if there's no sexual attraction, I'm not really sure. I don't agree if the relationship would work if there is no sexual attraction, because we need intimacy. And the third is we need to have compatibility. Like, are you aligned with your goals? Does both of you want the same thing in life? And the next one is connection. Do you connect? Like, is there a click? Like, in a friendship way? Like,
spark?
Something like that. So if you have those chemistry, compatibility, and connection, if that guy tick all of it, or that woman tick all of it, then there's a very big potential for that relationship to really be strong and flourish.
I can tell if I have found the right guy when we have the same goals in life, we have the same goals. Chemistry, great bonding together with respect. That's it,
John is the one. That's it. So this is the last question. What's the best way for foreigners to, meet a Filipina? Like, what's the best way? Go online or go in person? What advice can you give for those viewers that are seeking?
So if you're not in the country and if you're far away, I think the best way is to go online. I know a lot of people are afraid to go online, but as me, I met my partner in a dating app. Leia also met her partner in the dating app, and Giselle even online in Facebook.
Yes, online.
So take advantage of the technology, but there's also a lot of repercussion that you need to be aware of, because there's a lot of scammers out there. So I would suggest, if you find someone online that you really like, I love the idea of like transfer to another site like WhatsApp or Messenger and do a video call, just so you know that you are not being catfished or anything. So you can exactly. And I think that's the best way. And if you're here in the Philippines, like, video call first and then schedule to meet, because sometimes you would be upset, like, oh, you scheduled to meet the person, and when you meet them, they're so different. Or sometimes they pretend to be a woman, but they're actually not.
Poser. We'll say a poser.
Make sure that the woman that you're talking to doesn't have to settle.
So I think it's a good way to actually try to connect online. For me, I would suggest that. And if you're able to meet the person, go ahead and meet them so that you can get to know them better, or just video call if you're not able to meet them in person yet.
So we have different mindset, because some people wanted to go to the Philippines first to meet their Filipinas, just to make sure everything is clear. But I think for me, if you are planning to go to the Philippines and you still work there for a year or like that, I think online, I'll go agree with you. I think online or dating app or dating services can help you with that. You can go check out dating service. So there's gonna be red and green flags when it comes to dating. So like what I've said, some might go in the Philippines to see Filipinas right on the spot. Some are like and online, but it worked out with me because I have not met this guy for almost 2 years, my partner. So I gave my trust, and I know he'll come with me. I have big patience. It is because of COVID time, pandemic. So it's not that easy to travel from America to the Philippines. A lot of requirements. So I have waited for so long because I love him, and I just have commitment and focus to this guy. So I've waited. So it actually work out. It will work out if you have the desire to come to the Philippines, because we Filipinas expecting you to visit Philippines, not us to visit you. So
hard, yeah.
that's a very common mindset for a Filipino. If we'll say you're dating a foreigner outside of the country, never been to the Philippines, we're gonna give everything once you're gonna come here. You know, like the trust, the full trust and love. So when it comes to LDR, you may say 50% love, 50% not sure, because how could I trust this man if he would not even show to me, you know? So Filipinas are expecting you to visit Philippines. So even for once.
Yeah. I would say, trying to get to know each other online and start your relationship when you got here.
Yes.
I would say that because, if you did a LDR for like years, for me it's too, even 6 months, for me it's too long.
It's too long for you.
It's just too long, you know?
Yeah.
And if you don't click, you don't work out, it's waste of time,
Yeah.
right? But I'm so glad that you and John, it did work
Yes,
out.
like we're compatible.
Yeah, but in some, it did not work out. And
Yeah,
it's
for
such
sure.
a waste of
Yeah,
time
for sure.
for me.
Just to add as well, like, because in the Philippines, where a lot of women are actually shy. Like, if you meet them right away in person, they'll not be able to be comfortable or to have a good back and forth conversation.
Yeah.
So I guess that's also the advantage of chatting first, because there's, it's easier to talk when you're chatting.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
use that as a way to get to know. I love what you said. Like, get to know the person. Use that to get to know the person. And when you really like each other, not necessarily commit right away. Giselle and John is it's a special and rare.
Unique, yeah.
Yeah.
Unique. And I would really suggest, like, just get to know, like, be friends, build that friendship. It's such a good foundation. And then when you're able to come here, then that's when you can establish a relationship, because you will not know if you have that good chemistry unless you
Yes.
see each other.
Yeah.
And like, lucky you.
Yeah, because what if you're expecting something and then it happens when you see each other? I don't think it will work out, because you have different vibes already when he come here. But in my situation, we have like what he is in camera. Since I have not met him, it's the same, and it's even more special. Like something, yeah, it's been so great. It's been so special when the first time I hug him. Like, the more I see him, the more I love him, because it's real. Is this real? Sometimes I question myself right before that day. Oh my God, I'm gonna see him. What should I do in the first, like that? Like, I'm so shy, or I just don't know how to start our night.
Yeah, I'm sure it was very exciting.
It's exciting. I couldn't even like sleep at that time.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you for your answer. It was awesome. It was fun. I always enjoy doing this,
Yeah.
getting your perspective, perspective from other Filipinas. It was really fun. So, what's your YouTube channel? Will you please?
Okay, my YouTube channel is Giselle in the Philippines. I know some of you guys know me since we've been together with Leia for a long time.
Yeah.
And most of my videos are like interviewing Filipinas or expats, sharing tips here in the Philippines when you come here. So go check it out, guys, if you are curious with it. Don't forget to subscribe as well.
Yes, first, thank you, Leia, for having me here. And for those of you who are interested in relationship, sexuality, those are the topic that I love to talk about in my channel. I also interview women or couples who are in relationship about their relationship experience. And I'm also running a program. So for those single individuals out there who are interested in attracting their desired partner, go check out my program as well. Become the person you want to attract, so that I help people. I start with laying the foundation of how you can be the person, be ready for that amazing and meaningful relationship. So feel free to check out my channel, Gladys on Love. Thank you.
Please do subscribe to their channel. And thank you again for your time. And thank you guys for watching till then, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.